After examining many options of career path for the past several weeks, I am at this point most interested in the field of family and human development. Ideally, I would love to work with families and children on developing emotional and behavioral skills that will lead to being as emotionally intelligent and prepared for the world as possible. I could potentially do this work as a social worker, school counselor, or behavioral expert, or another similar occupation. In the field of family and human development, many typical career strengths may be less important than they would be in a more business-minded field. Rather than being tough and working nonstop, it is important for social workers and counselors to be in touch with their own emotions and mental state due to the high potential for burnout, and to transfer their anxieties and stress onto the families and children that they are working with. Emotional intelligence plays a huge role as it allows one to both care for oneself more effectively and to provide better care for others. Developing high emotional intelligence to work in this field would be on par with developing an excellent pitch as a salesman. You simply can't do the job well without it. While I still have plenty of room to grow with regard to emotional intelligence, a skill that I do have is self-awareness. I know when I am overwhelmed or burnt out, and I act accordingly in response to those thoughts and feelings. My other great strength that contributes to my suitability for this career is that I have strong communication skills that I can use to effectively and gently communicate with families and parents about how they may address some issues they are facing in new and possibly scary or foreign ways. With my communication skills, I will be better prepared to actually assist families rather than someone who has a lot of knowledge but has trouble sharing it with others. My communication skills are not the only leadership skill that I have in my toolbox. For working through emotional or behavioral problems with families, I am prepared to utilize many traits and skills that I've developed over the years. I value trust and integrity, and while social workers are required to demonstrate these traits in their careers regardless, I think it is important that I have this as a personal value as well as a professional one. Families will be able to tell that I stand by my word and am a good person to trust and have faith in. I also put effort into listening and empathizing during conversation, which will be crucial when working with families and trying to find the root of the problem they are having. I will ask questions for clarity without putting blame on any family member, and respond to difficult information gently. I will also follow up with decisiveness in creating a management plan or solution for the issue at hand. My main motivation for pursuing this career path is recognizing the ways in which I could have been better prepared for the world in an emotional sense. I am still working on building up my emotional intelligence and would love to help families and children get that emotional intelligence from the beginning rather than having to go back and relearn it as adults. I also think it's very important to teach parents and not just children, because parents can better assist and guide their children when they have the skills too. A parent who has low emotional intelligence is going to have a more difficult time raising emotionally intelligent children than a parent who is working on building up their own emotional intelligence as well as their children's. Additionally, I've always felt that I will do my best in a field where I can enjoy my work, and the family and human development field is one where playing is a significant part of the workday. Children require play, and it is much easier to connect with them through play, building a bridge to important conversations and learning moments. The first leader in the human development field that got me interested in being a social worker or counselor and working with families on emotional development in children is Alyssa Blast Campbell, who runs the Instagram account Seed and Sow and promotes raising emotionally intelligent children. After viewing Campbell's content and listening to her podcast, Voices of Your Village, I became very interested in how she communicates the benefits of emotional intelligence. With easy-to-understand templates, Campbell has made raising emotionally intelligent children accessible to many who would not otherwise have access to this kind of coaching or information. My other leader that I look up to a lot is Megan Coleman, a child development specialist who works at the Head Start program in a local school district. She works to ensure that the teachers are following the program and providing the best possible support to the students and their families. By balancing the guidelines of the programs with the needs of her students and their families, she helps to ensure the maximum benefits of early childhood education. Empathy is the cornerstone of human development, as many of the early childhood growth milestones can be difficult to navigate for both children and their families. Demonstrating empathy during family struggles or individual tantrums creates an example of emotional intelligence for clients to learn from and follow. Advocacy follows, as children may need their counselor or social worker to advocate for them with their families, and parents may need help learning to advocate for themselves.